हाय इन्वेस्टर्स, वेलकम टू साइंटिफिक इन्वेस्टिंग। और आज के वीडियो में हम फिर से मार्केट की बात करने वाले हैं। वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट मार्केट एंड आई हैड सेड दैट वी विल टॉक अबाउट दिस गोल्डन इंडिकेटर। And when we think of investing, the biggest puzzle in the market remains कि कब buy करना है, and especially when this kind of correction is going on. And most of the times, people take these decisions based on gut feel. They are driven by greed and fear. And it becomes very difficult to keep the emotions aside and think logically. And this is where the role of data, the role of system comes. And there are indicators in my systems I use, and from my system where I have multiple such indicators, which helps me to stay out of all this noise which goes on social media, WhatsApp groups and all, and focus on executing what the system says with logical reasoning. And let me highlight this particular golden indicator. So don't get scared. I know ये थोड़ा scary chart है, but मैं आपको पूरा अच्छे से explain करता हूँ. We are talking about Nifty 500 chart here, and let me tell you what is the indicator. So the indicator is percentage of companies in Nifty 500 which are above or below their 200-day moving average. अब इसका लॉजिक क्या है? Let me explain it to you. So जब मार्केट अच्छा कर रहा होता है, when the market is in uptrend, you will see more and more stocks going up, and if the stocks are going up, their closing price will go up. और जब closing price ऊपर जा रहा होता है, that means कि आप एक uptrend में हैं, and that is why your moving average price moves in upward direction, and your closing price always remains above your 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average. So in a very happy bull market, when all the stocks are performing well, you will see more and more stocks where the closing price is more than their 200-day moving average. Reverse it in a bear market, जब कोई stock perform नहीं कर रहा होता है, so most of the stock prices will be subdued, and basically they break their 200-day moving average and they trade below their 200-day moving average. So the below chart which you are seeing here, this chart is basically giving you what percentage of companies out of Nifty 500 companies are above and below their 200-day moving average. आप किसी एक लाइन को ले सकते हैं. Let's take the blue line. The blue line says percentage of Nifty 500 companies which are below their 200-day moving average. As simple as that. And this is almost 7 years of data I have. And at the top, I have plotted the Nifty 500 chart. This is how the Nifty 500 index has moved. And this is how the percentage of companies below 200-day moving average for Nifty 500 has moved. Okay. And I have matched the timelines. You can see 2016, June, July 2017, 2019. So these timelines are also matching. Now here is the interesting part. Whenever this number, this blue line, which is percentage of companies hitting, less than 200-day moving average, starts hitting 65%, which means out of 500 companies, 65% of those 500 companies go below their 200-day moving average. Somehow the market starts recognizing value because of correction. क्योंकि आप जानते हैं price correct होता है तो PE attractive होता है. Basically that is the logic. Let me show you from history. So we keep doing this kind of exercise for our practitioner membership, and we meet on a regular interval on a weekly basis. We do market analysis, we do stock analysis, industry analysis, sector analysis, webinars. We cover technicals, we cover fundamentals, we cover quants. So if you're interested, this is the financial year end, and we are running exclusive financial year end discount on our practitioner membership. Do subscribe. The code is given. Use the exclusive discount code and join us. Thank you. You look at the kind of correction we had in 2015-16 when your Nifty 500 index corrected by 22% over almost 425 days. It was 1 year, 2 months of correction. And this is where we bottomed. And this is where you had this number as 65%. Then we went through a good bull market. And then came 2018 January when the market peaked. and we had a correction, and this was 2018 October, when again this number peaked around 65, in fact 70%. This was ILFS crisis. This is again when market bottomed. आप नोट कीजिएगा 2018 से 19 तक में पैसा नहीं बना. इट वॉज अ लॉन्ग पीरियड, बट स्टिल जिसने 2018 के ILFS के टाइम पे पैसा लगाया उसका पैसा लॉस में नहीं गया. आप देख सकते हैं कोविड आया, वो 1 महीने का पीरियड था, बट इफ यू एक्सक्लूड दिस कोविड पीरियड, if you would have invested exactly at this ILFS low, you wouldn't have lost. I mean, you still maintain decent gains, and even the next corrections, it never broke this ILFS correction. This is what highlights the beauty of this, ratio. The next time it hit this number 65% was September 2019. Again, you got a bottom creation, and I was following this system that time. I exactly remember, because I became bullish in this market, and I still feel if COVID would not have happened, we would have had a bull run. We would have seen this bottom. COVID just came and it destroyed the market for 1 month, but market realized and moved on. And even in COVID period, if you see this number, instead of 65, of course, this number went 80% because the fall was severe. So the thing is, we say in market, it is very difficult to predict, but it is always possible to react in the right way. So we should never predict. मुझे बहुत सारे questions आते हैं, ये कितना नीचे जाएगा, ये कितना ऊपर जाएगा, मार्केट कहाँ नीचे जाएगा. First, you have to learn to ask the right set of questions. That is the first thing. So never ask about prediction, ask about reaction. हमारा काम ये प्रेडिक्ट करना नहीं है कि ये 65% ऊपर जाएगा या 70% जाएगा या 80% ऑफ द कंपनीज नीचे जाएंगी. हमारा काम ये है कि जब ये नंबर 65% के ऊपर हिट करता है, तो एज अ वैल्यू इन्वेस्टर हमारा एंटीना खड़ा हो जाना चाहिए, और वहां से आदमी स्टैगर्ड बाई कर सकता है. वन कैन स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग अ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू दैट ओके, इफ आई हैव दिस मच ऑफ कैपिटल, I will deploy X%. I will divide into 4 chunks. When it hits 65%, I will deploy 20%. When it hits 75%, I will deploy 70%. I will deploy another 20%, 75 other. दो चीजें होंगी. Either this number will go up further or this number will go down further. And you can take accordingly call that what to do with that money, so that you don't exhaust all the money in one go, but you can deploy. But still, just imagine, rather than investing at the peak of overvaluation in September, October 2021, when everybody was telling chalo momentum mein shamil ho jate hain, and we know what happened after that. So first you need to identify whether you are a trader or you are an investor. If you are a trader, then you follow the stop loss. You don't care about what is happening about the value and margin of safety. But if you are an investor, those are the worst time to invest, and this is the best time to invest. May not be the best, but this is the starting of a very good time to invest. So you need to take care of all that. First, you recognize yourself, and accordingly you plan everything. So 2019 में भी आपने पिक किया, 2020 के कोविड में भी ये नंबर हिट हुआ. Look what has happened in June 2022. And if you remember, most of my videos on market was made between April to June 22. उसके बाद मैं 6 महीने 8-7 महीने तक बात नहीं किया है मैंने मार्केट का, या फिर से मार्केट में मतलब अट्रैक्टिव लग रहा है. There was a reason why I started posting videos on between April to June 22. And मैं मार्केट के बारे में हर दिन हर वीक आज ऊपर जाएगा कल नीचे जाएगा ये बात नहीं करता. I believe as an investors, there are times which comes 2-3 times in a year which come, and that is the time we should talk about market attractiveness. बाकी सारा कुछ noise होता है. That's relevant for traders. For an investor, it should be noise. That is what I believe in. Of course, selective opportunities are always there. So if we look at June data, also June we hit almost 80% mark, and in June also we bottomed. Look what has happened in last 2 days. We have almost hit 70% mark, which is above 65%. Now I don't know कि ये यहाँ पे रुकेगा या ये 75% पे रुकेगा या 85% जाएगा या ये यहीं से रिवर्स हो जाएगा और मार्केट रिवर्स हो जाएगा. So as I said, don't predict, but start reacting in a probabilistic way. आई नो ये सब चीजें थोड़ी टफ है, थिंकिंग इन प्रोबेबिलिटी, बिकॉज मुझे जो भी क्वेश्चन आते हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आर बाइनरी, ऐसा होगा या वैसा होगा. लर्न टू थिंक इन प्रोबेबिलिटीज. ऐसा होने का 70% चांस है, ऐसा होने का 80% चांस है. 70% चांस पे मैं इतना कैपिटल लगाऊंगा, 80% चांस पे मैं इतना कैपिटल लगाऊंगा. सो The way I do it, I will share with you. And then, of course, I'm not an advisor. You need to decide for yourself. How I do it is, if I have 100 rupee to allocate, I will allocate 25 here. I will allocate another 25 here. I will allocate another 25 here. And maybe this is the worst case scenario. I will invest and then I will aid. Even if market can further go down, nobody knows. It can go to 100%. If that happens, maybe I will just sit and watch with this confidence that historically good returns have been made from here. Plus, I will keep earning, I will keep saving, I will keep investing, whatever. But also, we try to cover sector deep dives through our super sessions, and we try to cover sector when the sector is not going through any kind of momentum FOMO, when we try to study when the sector is in a bad phase, when there is some margin of safety, when there is a good time for everybody to study in detail, post our work and do his due diligence. So we are doing a deep dive on IT sector, and I think I haven't found a very good study on IT sector so far, and the kind of depth we are going, and we are leveraging our scientific investing community, where some of the IT sector veterans, they are collaborating with me, and I believe we are going to do a decent job, and we are going to bring some of the insights which you will have never seen in the IT sector. This is going to be 8-hour long session spread across 2 sessions. So the link is there. So it has to be a very, very well thought through, well planned, systematic exercise, rather than that just a hunch based discussion. So I believe this is the indicator which every investor should track. And how do we track it? So we can do in multiple ways. I conducted a 2-session 8-hour charting webinar that is available on my website, where I teach how to do in charting. We are also coming up with our data as a service called Simba, where not only this metric, there are a lot of things which are available. In next 1 to 2 months, we will open it for public consumption. And not only today in this market, but every bull market, every bear market, this will be useful. And the last point I want to highlight is how to, so this was more regarding entry. How to exit or how to book profit, there is a science and there is a methodology behind that also. Of course, that can come from this particular chart, but there are nuances. So do let me know if you want me to cover that also as a video. I will try to make a small video which will be more on the sell side using the same metric, but with certain nuances. I will cover it. So I hope this video was useful, and it's a very interesting market from stock study perspective. There are a lot of interesting stocks to study. There are a lot of things on my radar. I'll be soon making a video on some of them. Let's stay connected. Thank you.